Howdy! I'd just like to thank 125 new subscribers to my channel. Thank you! And also especially to DJ for turning me on to these Daniel Smith watercolors. This is just a sample card, but she suggested to use pearlescent shimmer for the hoarfrost on my leaves. So I actually went back and scraped off the blue glitter glue and put some shimmer on there. I don't know if you can see that, but it looks much more like hoarfrost than blue glitter glue. And I'd like to thank Miriam for turning me on to all the charts and graphs on the Weather Underground website. Thank you. I have to clear off my workspace so I have room to work today. So I'm putting the rocks away that I was playing with yesterday. And I thought I'd show you my Cabinet of Curiosities. I'm going to put my serpentine rock back in there. These are items that I collect. I'm just really bad. Whenever I walk in the woods, I tend to pick things up and put them in my pocket, bring them home. On the top shelf, I have a very small skull collection. Here's a deer bone that was gnawed on, and a feather, probably from a turkey. You can collect feathers from game birds, that's okay. Whoops. This is a bit of a tortoise shell. I don't know what happened to the rest of the tortoise or turtle. And there's a really pretty ginkgo leaf. And 2 leaves from the sacred oak in Ole, Pennsylvania. And back here I have a very large pine cone. And down here I have some minerals and some rocks. Bits of twisty vine. These are bittersweet vines, so they're good to collect because a lot of bittersweet around is invasive anyway. So go ahead and cut them down if you find some interesting shapes. Get that one. Some minerals. This is my birthstone. Some sea creatures. Puffy fish. Some coral back there. I have a bird nest with an egg in it, but you need a permit to collect bird nests from migratory birds. But I had gotten one from the Pennsylvania Game Commission to do that for a nature center. There's some old chestnuts. This is a really pretty color. Some coral. Lots of things from the seashore. Pick things up and put them in my pocket. Some pretty corals back here. Lots of shells. And some more rocks. Piece of obsidian. Fossil fern from Pennsylvania. This is also a fossil from Pennsylvania. This is Scolithos. You can see the tubes where the worms used to live. All kinds of things. Oh, look at this petrified wood. Isn't that pretty? And even in the drawer, bunch of junk. Stones and fossils. This is not even the tip of the iceberg for my rock collection. I've got boxes and boxes of rocks. And some sea glass. Always picking things up and putting it in my pocket. But then on a rainy day, you can go to the cabinet and take something out for sketching. So let me show you some examples in my journals of what I've done with these curiosities. Here's some examples of some pages I did in my journals from objects from my curiosity cabinet. Here's my little puffer fish, my bit of coral. So I did objects from the sea. It's my little Possum Patty character here. And I just drew a bunch of objects on the page to show a collection. Sometimes on a nature journal page you can show a collection. On this page, did the beaver skull and some sticks that a beaver had chewed on. And this is a special page I did. It's a mixed media page. These are actual leaves from the sacred oak in Ole, Pennsylvania. And I put them into my book with some matte medium and did some acrylic painting on the background. Decorated it in a Klimt style. Took some notes. The sacred oak in Ole, Pennsylvania. Quercus muhlenbergii. It's a yellow oak. The Native Americans in that area find it a place to go to pray to the Great Spirit in times of trouble. It's open to the public twice a year and you can visit the tree. And here's another skull, a deer skull. This one's done in gouache paint. This is another skull from my collection. I was practicing doing some contour drawings. Howdy, Possum Patty here, and I'm nature journaling. It's April 9th. What a dark gray day today. We had drizzle, and then we had rain, and then we had thunder and lightning. And then we had high wind gusts and more rain. I started calling it a gully washer. After it rained, I went out to read the rain gauge. All right, now, looking at my rain gauge. Yesterday I did not do this correctly, so I want to make sure I get it right today. Get down here at eye level and read the meniscus, which is at 1 inch. So yesterday I was looking at these. I think these are the centimeters, but I want to do it in inches. So this is 1 inch today. I used the same method that I did yesterday, only I think I did a little bit better job of stamping. Also did a better job of reading how much rain was in the rain gauge. When you're reading liquid in a container, it's very important to read the bottom of the curve. This curve is formed between the tension of the liquid and the sides of the container. So it looks like it bows up on the edges. But what you want to notice is right at the bottom of the curve. So today there was 1 inch of rain. I started wondering about what's the difference between drizzle and rain. And how long is a rain shower? And what shape is a raindrop? And how many different words are there to describe the rain? I looked up some of these answers today. I found out that drizzle is a drop between 0.02 inches or about 0.5 millimeters. And rain is anything larger than 0.5 millimeters up to 3 millimeters. There are smaller droplets, and they're formed in the cloud when tiny bits of water vapor wrap themselves around a particle. These particles are too light to fall to the ground, but the droplets start bumping into each other, and the bigger droplet always eats the smaller one. When it reaches this size, 0.5 millimeters, it starts to fall to the ground. If these droplets become larger than 4 millimeters, they break apart as they fall. The shape of a raindrop is not the cartoon shape like we usually see. When you're watching the meteorologist on TV, they're always using these charts for rainfall, and they're showing a raindrop with this shape. Now this can be the shape of maybe water dripping out of a faucet, but is not the shape of a raindrop. Small raindrops, about 1 millimeter in size, are round. As they start getting a little larger, they become shaped like a hamburger bun. As they become even larger, the depression becomes larger on the bottom from the increased pressure due to the velocity when they're falling. If they're larger than 4 millimeters, this depression becomes very large and breaks it into two, and you have two smaller droplets falling. I found a lot of really good information on raindrops on the government website, the usgs.gov. And then I was searching for words to describe liquid precipitation. These are some of the ones that I found. Duck drowner, deluge, drizzle, mist, monsoon, precip, rain, rainfall, rainstorm, a shower, a torrent, a cloudburst, pouring, raindrops, sheets of rain, sprinkle, a drencher, liquid sunshine, a sun shower, a window washer, a gully whopper. It's raining cats and dogs. It's coming down in bucketfuls. But my favorite was a mizzle, which is a combination of a misty drizzle. Let me know if you have any other favorite rain words, and I can add them to my list. Just want to show you a couple of pages of different ways I've journaled about the rain. Well, this one's about the fog. This was a conversation I had with my husband on January 4th. I told him I'm going out for a walk. He says, it's too foggy. I said, I'm only going to walk around the yard. He says, a raccoon will come out of the woods and attack you. So when I came back inside, I drew this rabid raccoon that did not come out of the woods and attack me that day. And thinking about the rain, you can always draw your boots. Here's a mixed media page. I glued in words from an old book. Letters make puddles of sounds, splash, words on a page. April showers, little girl with her umbrella, and words falling from the sky like raindrops. Into every life some rain must fall. This is another mixed media page. These were glued in here. This swirls was done with shaving cream and colors and just some abstract rain falling down. Just a rainy day, February 1st, 2017. Thanks for coming along today on this rainy day. Bye-bye.